Steelers have a huge decision to make in the offseason regarding Le'Veon Bell. We can give him away to free agency, or we can franchise tag him by March 6th, or we can sign him to a long-term deal. We have to decide if we're going to franchise tag him, we have to do it by March 6th. But I don't think Bell is worth the money. Let's relate him to a few other teams, New England and the Saints. If we relate him to the New England Patriots, they had 5 running backs this season worth $12 million about. And that was back in 2017. Those 5 running backs combined for 2,600 yards, 25 touchdowns. And then you look at the Saints. They had 2 running backs this season, Kamara and Ingram, for 3,000 yards, and they combined for 25 touchdowns. And the Saints just paid about $6 million for those 2 players. And I know Bell would not get 3,000 yards. He's a great player. He's the best running back in the NFL right now. But he's not worth $14.5 million. That's what he's asking for. That's what he wants. He's not worth that much. I'll tell you 3 reasons why right now he's not worth that much money. Le'Veon Bell is not worth $14.5 million for 3 reasons. And one is his age. He's aging. Running backs don't last a long time in the National Football League. That's just a fact. You can't dispute that. If you want to dispute that, I don't even know. Don't do that because that's stupid. The other Pittsburgh Steelers option is Le'Veon Bell. We got rid of him, and then we got 2 other running backs that combined for 2,000 or 3,000 yards. That's about what Bell would get. And then we would also have cap room left for other players on the depth chart. The third reason, and the final reason I have, is we could get players who won't threaten to retire before a playoff game, and they can be almost just as good as Le'Veon Bell. I just don't think he's worth the money, and Le'Veon Bell did threaten to retire before the AFC divisional game against the Jaguars, and he threatened to retire earlier in the season too. And he skipped training camp at that, so he just isn't reliable. I love him as a player. I love his agility, whatever you want to say, his speed. But that being said, he is not worth the $14.5 million he wants, or the $68 million he would get over the next 5 years. I don't want to see Le'Veon Bell leave, but I don't think he's going to stay for under $12 million this year. So if the Steelers wanted to get him for $12 million, it's probably a waste of money. But if we did, that's what we did this last season with the franchise tag. If we do it again, it won't be the worst decision. But if we do more than $12 million, I don't think he's worth it. I think we should just get 2 other running backs and then a few other players on the depth chart somewhere else. That's my take on it. But why would we reward that kind of behavior with a huge contract? Skipping training camp, threatening to retire before playoff games, it just doesn't make sense. So that's my take on it. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like down below. And then if you guys are new to the channel, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell for notifications every time I do a video. Until next time, guys, go Steelers.